happy Labor Day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even though it's Labor Day.
We grind.
Hopefully it's not my Labor Day.
Oh,
yeah.
That be something.
Wow.
That would be a great story someday to tell your daughter.
No.
I went into labor on Labor Day.
No, we need to get through this.
Okay. Just make it through the podcast. After that, you do whatever you want to do.
No, I say don't make it through the podcast. I say you get halfway through, and all of a sudden, it's breaking news.
Yeah.
She's sitting right there and going,
yeah.
We don't need ratings.
Leave those cameras rolling. That kind of deal.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
We don't need ratings.
Matt takes
clear it off.
Okay, let's not go. Let's not do that. I love you guys, but no. We don't need the ratings when we have Joe Yock as a part of our Flames Central podcast. Presented by OrthoVirginia. I mean, Joe Yock gets newspaper articles now?
Listen.
What? And no mention of co-host of the Flame Central podcast? What is this?
For those that didn't see, here in the Lynchburg newspaper, Bryson Gordon, the Liberty beat writer, great guy, Red Sox fan, but we overlooked that, and wrote an article on Joe calling the Liberty game and then going tonight to call on radio the North Carolina Bill Belichick debut. Yeah. So Joe got a big, spread in the paper, and
I mean, his head is going to
I don't know. What did Dina think of it? What did your wife think of it?
This set is not big enough.
Does she know?
Guys, just stop. Stop saying, stop it, please.
Keep it
stop.
coming.
Yeah, I liked how he said, I really enjoy calling Liberty games with those people.
No,
I was like, those people.
No, that is
those people.
That's a misquote.
Who is that?
Oh, that's a misquote.
Okay, Bryce.
I really enjoy calling Liberty games with the lovely Emily Austin and the legendary
that ended up
Matt
somehow
Warner. The legendary Matt Warner. Those words were said.
They had to cut that out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. All right.
Let's talk about the ball game.
Yeah, let's talk about the Flames' first victory of the season. Can't wait to get y'all's reactions. I was actually at the game, so I didn't hear the broadcast, but I have no doubt that you guys were crushing it on the first call of the season. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm a little interested to hear what you guys have to say about. I mean, obviously the score doesn't reflect, I don't think, the storyline of the game. Well, maybe it does.
I'm interested to see what you have to. You're a fan in the stands watching the game. You weren't working, so you're in the stands watching the game. You tell us what you thought first, sitting in the stands as a fan.
I just thought it was. I don't want to call the game boring.
Can I say what you texted me during the game? I think it was probably late second quarter or maybe early third.
Can we lose to Maine?
Well, I think it was something to the effect of what is going on. I think I'm like, M's locked in.
I just felt, and you hear on all the broadcasts all across the country of all these games, like the defense is ahead, and the offense just needs some time to get that rhythm going. I definitely think the Liberty Flames fell into that category. I am just interested in, like, towards the end of the game, right? When we're talking about the Flames quarter, was it that Liberty's offense got a rhythm or that Maine's defense
ran out of gas
and they don't have the depth that Liberty does? And that's why the score is reflecting, like, that Liberty won. I think 28-7.
You just said it. What I wrote was the real Liberty team what we saw for 3 quarters or what we saw in the fourth quarter?
Right.
I think that's kind of what it boils down to. Because you could take either side, right? You could very easily say, for 3 quarters against an FCS team, you scored 7 points, and basically your defense handed you that, right before the half, Or you go the other side, which is more what Chadwell did. He was a lot more positive than I expected post-game, which was, we kept grinding, took some time. But in the fourth quarter, that's who we are. You score 3 times. That's what you can expect moving forward. So that it really boils down to that. Which do you believe is what Liberty really is? Right,
and we're going to find out really quick with conference play starting this week. We have a great preview of Jax State coming your way shortly, as well as breaking news on the hardwood. Carey Green has retired from women's basketball. We have an exclusive interview with him as well. But first, Yock Talk, your reaction to the game.
I think that a little bit of both is what you're talking about right there. And I do like the fact that the way that Liberty called the game offensively first. Defense, besides a couple big play runs.
One big run.
They had a couple, I think they're another long one, but missed a couple of gap fits. But that's coachable stuff, right? The offensively, I think what all the fans wanted, and even I said in the booth, was like, hey, let's take some shots downfield. Let's give these opportunities for these playmakers at receiver to go make some plays. And I think what you saw from the call perspective from Coach Korn, Coach Chadwell, was like, and he said it in the press conference afterwards, like, we felt as if that, you know what, for who we are right now, guys, let's just stay the course.
Yeah.
Let's stay the course. Let's keep wearing them down, keep grinding, keep running our stuff. No need to press the panic button. And then eventually that'll pay off. And I think that's exactly happened. From Maine's point of view, I think the way they felt is that they had some opportunities to take the lead. Mm-hmm. And if they would have gotten the lead at some point, even if it was a 10-7 ball game, whatever it may have been, they would have gotten the lead, scored a touchdown, kicked a field goal. I think that would have given them the juice to be able to maybe hang in longer. But once Liberty got up 14-7, you almost got that feeling like that's what they needed. And then it was like knockout punch.
Well, I liked what Joe said on the broadcast, and he was right at the beginning of the second half. It was basically like the third quarter, Maine has to, like, you've got to make your move now.
Right.
Because when you get to the fourth, you're not going to have the juice. You just got to hang on.
Right.
So it's take control now or get a lead now, hang on for dear life in the fourth. You're not winning this game if it's tied or you're behind in the fourth quarter, and that's the way it played out.
Yeah, and you would hope that, like, Maine was thinking, if we get the lead, 7-10-point lead, whatever it may be, is like, then maybe Liberty does sort of panic a little bit. Not necessarily panic, but change their play calling, and then they don't make the plays, they get a shot. But I really like you know what I've noticed too, which I think is the ebb and flows of college football. Remember couple of years ago, last year, years before, like the whole idea behind the hurry up, no huddle offense, they were tempo to knocking plays out in 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 12 seconds, right? And it was like put defense on the heel. Have you noticed as you watch these games now, all the offenses, I didn't even really see any, all the offense have slowed way down, because eventually the defenses couldn't keep up with the offenses. Well, now the defenses have caught up with, they've learned how to defend. They've learned how to get teams off the field for a 3 and out. And it's like, wait, maybe this isn't so great after all. So you saw this year, I think you're seeing a shift early in the season where it's like, hey, this has become, look at the games. It's become more defensive football, and the game has slowed down.
And it is week one.
And it's week one.
I think that's a big point that you made too. Like week one, it can take some time. And that's why for me, like, you know, I'm not necessarily what you would call a positive guy necessarily. You know, sunshine, rainbows. I'm always like, hey, let's look on the bright side here.
No,
never. But the more I kind of sat and thought about this game since it took place, like, it is only one game. It does take time with so many new faces. Now, on the flip side, like, Maine had a bunch of new faces too, right? Yeah. So it's not like you can't just use that on Liberty's side and say, well, we had all these new pieces we had to figure out. So did they. But it is just one game. And what it comes down to is, like, if Liberty goes and wins at Jax State, no one ever remembers this.
No.
No one ever remembers this.
Especially with the score of what it is.
But it is also interesting, and I think sometimes you can tell what a coach thinks about a team by what he says and how he says it. And I thought back as I was driving into a year ago at this time, Liberty beats Campbell. I think it was like 41-20. It was in hand. Like, Liberty had it. They didn't play great, but it was never really in doubt like this game was. And Jamie Chadwell had that famous soundbite with you after the game where he was like, people are talking about the playoffs. We play like this, we'll never win another game.
Good point.
And it's like, well, hold on. Yeah. Like, you scored 41 points. It really wasn't in doubt.
Yeah.
But he was ticked.
Yeah.
Because I think he felt like we can be a lot better than this. In this game, and maybe he felt like people needed a kick in the pants too. So that may have been another part of it. He felt like the leadership needed a little wake-up call. This game, it was 7-7 in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And you get, hey, you know what? Really proud of this team. They battled. They stuck to it. Like, so it's like the way he talks about them, I think he likes the way this team is built in terms of its leadership more. I think he wants to give these guys a little bit more of a chance. It maybe feels like they need that kind of positive reinforcement more than that team a year ago. But it's interesting the two ways that he approached those two games that were, I mean, both were games Liberty should have won handily.
Right.
And last year I felt like they did win it more handily. But yeah, it was an interesting way that he approaches. I expected a little bit more of what we saw last year out of him, and it wasn't that way. He was a lot more confident and a lot more positive than maybe I expected.
Yeah, and on quarterback Ethan Vasco's play, he said, he finished strong and stood in there, did a good job finishing. He thinks he had a lot of nerves early on, which is their first time playing here. Again, you can say that all across the country with all these transfers and trying to fit all these pieces in for game one for really any team. But when you look at Vasco's line, 19 for 33, 197 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air, and then 13 carries for 63 yards and a rushing touchdown. What do you guys think of Vasco's play? Is he the guy that will be leading this Flames offense for the entire season?
Yeah, I mean, barring injury, and I think he will be. That's kind of what he kind of played to what he's been in his career. Honestly, I mean, he was a 55% completion rate guy last year. I think he was 58 for this game. I looked up his average, depth of target was 11 yards. Last year, it was 10.8 for the season.
Look at those numbers that matter.
So we talked about.
I mean, on Labor Day, on Labor Day, when all you guys are still in your pajamas, Matt Warner is just dropping the numbers on you about his average target.
You talk about like him taking shots downfield and stuff like that. Like he was basically what he's been during his career. What Liberty, and I don't think the coaches are going to do this, but for Liberty fans, it's easy to look around and start comparing and being like, oh man, well, I wish we had, and even within the conference, it's easy to look at Western Kentucky and the Maverick McIver kid who threw for 5 more touchdowns and threw for 400 yards in their first game and be like, why can't we score 55? Why can't we throw for 400 yards? Well, this offense is different than that. You can't get caught up in that game and looking at how those teams are playing. This offense is different. Vasco's different. It's going to be a little bit more of a grind, I think, at times. But you saw the tough running from him. That's an aspect that he brings to the table. And I think with the weapons they have, the more time he gets with them, hopefully you start to see that pay off.
Some chemistry with them, because there were a few drops, right?
Well, there's the one, but I don't really count. That was on Jamari Person. We looked at the replay. It looked like it was deflected, so I don't put that one on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like everything that Matt said right there, spot on. And on top of that, you're always trying to find in that first game, especially offensively, like who are the guys that are going to create your identity, right? Yeah. And obviously, they ran a lot of option, right? They felt, and so now teams got to learn they have to really take time and practice to defend the option, that threat. But I think Caden Williams at running back, it was getting some good. They really like him, and he's a really good football player.
That's why I'm interested why you didn't take him in your Flames fantasy.
Yeah, well, and
Joe's doing all right. We'll get to that later.
Joe's doing fine, because Joe knew that like when you take these receivers, there's going to be a couple guys that really stand out. But my point. But that's my second point. My second point is this: is that I think with the new faces at receiver, is that, and this surprised me. I shouldn't say it surprised me. The guy who brings stability to that group is Reese Smith. Yeah. Right. When you could tell there was a trust there. When you just watch him, the way that you see his experience, like I notice little things, right? So it's like as a receiver, you see his experience in route running, you see his experience in the confidence of the one ball he caught up over the middle. Like he is a reliable, stable guy that is just, I think right now, they'll realize he's a little bit a step ahead of that. And once again, there's a lot of nervous of transfers and like fitting in the system and whatnot. Right. But I think as of right now, Reese Smith is the kind of guy that not only will he get you the first down when you need it, he's clearly proven from last year and then the one they didn't review, which then there was a touchdown. Blew my mind.
We were like, are you kidding me?
He's a red zone.
That was my next question.
But I think Reese Smith, Caden Williams, Vasco, those obviously there's other great receivers out there, Dante Lee Jr., Jamari Person, like all those guys. But you start. My point is that early on, it's like, okay, who are our guys? Who are we going to really count on, right? And then you build off of that. So I think those are a couple guys that on top of Vasco, like as Matt shared, could be really good.
That's a good point. Reese Smith, a veteran receiver, a veteran pick by
I'll say this too.
So this is my first rodeo.
Caden Williams. Dickens, who had the touchdown late and played well on his birthday. Both of those guys as well, we saw step up in pass protection and really do the job there. And nothing gets a coach and offensive coordinator more excited and more wanting to give you opportunities than seeing that. And both of those guys played well in that area. I do have one suggestion.
Newland Isaac made a big point of that in fall camp too, that midway through, he had a lot of great things to say about how their ability to run the ball, but pass protection was like the next step that they needed to take. So I think you're right. I think that's huge for a coach to see.
I do have one suggestion though that I think can solve all of this. Okay, and I hope Coach Chadwell will take
I'm sure he's listening and taking notes of how he.
I'm sure he's taking the day off for Labor Day too, right? Yeah. But here's my thought. So Liberty now going back to I think the Fiesta Bowl, they've trailed in 13 straight games.
Oh, really?
So they've fallen behind.
Numbers that matter.
13 straight games.
Numbers that matter today.
Actually 14 straight. So here's my thought.
Incredible stat.
Why don't we just move the Flames quarter earlier?
Yeah, first quarter.
That's my thought. We played a video before the fourth quarter. Can we do that earlier?
Can we do? I mean, we kind of do that for like them running out.
Liberty.
So like, how many videos do you want?
Liberty last season and now one game, so 13 games. They have outscored their opponents in the fourth quarter 145-69. Let's just move it earlier.
Chad Scott just cut off.
Let's just move it up to the second quarter. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't have to be hard.
Listen to this. He just cut the sleeves. He just cut the sleeves off the sweatshirt.
He's making those peanut butter brownies.
Yeah. We don't have to overcomplicate this. Just move the video earlier. Throw the LUs up earlier.
Maybe they just like the pressure.
Well, you know what solves that all, Matthew? Let me tell you what solves that all. You come out and you bring money for nothing going. You get money for nothing coming out of the tunnel. You're scoring more points.
Can I give you a couple quick, or you have a couple other things?
I just wanted to have the conversation about the Reese Smith touchdown because you guys saw the replay in the booth. We didn't really get to see it that much in the stadium.
It was very close.
That did not look. And why wouldn't Maine?
And
really, wasn't it a forward pass for that turnover right before then?
I felt a little bad.
We think the ball was out.
The ball was out. Okay, because we didn't get to see a replay of that either. But then I did not think Reese Smith. By the way, he took out a band member. Did we get an injury update on that?
There's a story about that.
Go ahead.
So there's a story about this. Okay, a couple of things. One, I apologize to the legendary Matt Warner because Matt's trying to call the first touchdown, right? Yeah. And I'm seeing that happen live.
Oh
right?
Yeah,
I'm seeing it happen live. And Matt's like, corner of the end zone. He's got it. Reese Smith touchdown. And I'm right as he's saying touchdown. I'm like, yeah, that's not a touchdown.
If you go listen to the call, it's like because I'm looking, I see the hands go up. I'm like, touchdown, Flames. That's not a touchdown.
Yeah,
that's not. No. That's not a touchdown.
Are you serious?
Yeah, right as he's calling, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not a touchdown.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna do that.
Funny.
Yeah,
but then,
UNC's gonna have their first touchdown tonight in Belichick.
But Emily, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I've always, Matt's a great guy, but he's not the most. But he's not.
Matt's a great guy.
But here goes your but. But he's not. He has a tendency not to be the most sensitive guy in the world, right? He's not.
Duh.
Like, you have to deal with that. So, anyways, as that play's happening, I see Reese Smith pull it in, and the piccolo player for the band is right there.
Oh my gosh.
And you almost spit your coffee out. You almost. I
didn't know you were going to go specific with the instrument.
She's piccolo.
The piccolo player, the piccolo girl's right there, and I see Reese Smith pull the ball in, and all of a sudden I see her get launched. Right, he runs in, and I said something on the broadcast, like, oh my goodness.
They show the replay of it.
They show the replay, and they go, oh my, and I'm thinking to myself, that poor little girl. I hope she's not hurt, right? Like, that could be that made concern for her well-being, right? And Matt goes, he says, on the broadcast, I had to cover my microphone up because I was like, I can't believe he goes, and ooh, she just got decleated. That's what it was like.
You said that.
He said that. It was like he just watched.
I take one broadcast off, and then
it was like he just watched a receiver crack back on a linebacker. I'm like, this poor little girl's probably never been hit in her life, and she gets smacked on. And he's like, ooh, she just got decleated.
I'm just calling the action, okay? I just call what
awful.
I see.
Well, people were like, Emily, why aren't you on the sidelines? I'm like, well, this isn't a basketball.
That's why.
And I'm like, that is exactly why. It's that. And remember Barry a couple years ago, the Flames trainer, I literally heard his shin bone, whatever it's called, crack, whenever he got taken out by Cooley or something. I'm like, that is exactly why I can't move that
I like
fast,
the walls right there. Yeah. If Emily was on the broadcast and they were kind of she'd be in full panic.
I jumped over him like
if there was a picture of her jumped up on the wall, like
it'd be like a rodeo clown.
Yeah, like
right?
a rodeo clown.
Yeah,
Yes. Like here they come, and the ball is coming out of bounds, and she's in a full panic, and she's up on the rodeo clown.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Put that on the front page of the newspaper.
So then you had some other notes that you wanted to mention.
A couple other things, just quick. Like I look at the PFF grades they give Liberty for that first game. Ethan Vasco grade out the best. Reese Smith was second best. Top offensive lineman Trey Badowski, the transfer from UAB. So that's good. Top running back was Evan Dickens. The defensive side, not no surprise here. Top rated player or graded player, I should say, was CJ Bazell by a pretty wide margin.
Can I tell you something funny?
What's that?
After the game, which I love this. After the game, I get a text, points should be through the roof.
From CJ? That's hilarious.
For the Flames fantasy. So I'm just like, I love it.
And second best was Amarian Williams, who had the interception.
It's almost like I know what I'm talking about, people. Everybody was like, Mo Williams, Mo Powell.
You know who has to be thrilled? Dino Waits, defensive back coach, because Amarian Williams graded second best. Damon Harmon was the third best graded. So you have your two starting corners there, top two. One thing that is a little interesting, and again, just one game, so you don't read too much into it. The worst defensive player grade-wise on PFF out of everyone that got in the game was Aiden Vaughn, starting linebacker. So that is interesting. Don't make too much of that. Just one game, but that was kind of like okay, wow. I wonder what that was about, but yeah, so there you go.
Two things I did hear after the game, Jamie Chadwell talking about the offensive line. What would you guys grade out for their performance? And I don't really have a cause for concern there, just because Billy Dirk is
I had a cause concern in some pass protection. I thought Maine got a lot more pressure on the quarterback than they should have. Vasco had to escape a few times, and then he made a couple throws with guys in his face that he delivered, and then he missed a couple. Because guys were in his face. So, I think in the run game, they did well.
They were 4.8 yards per carry.
I think pass protection, Dirk's just putting that film on today, and he's like, there's going to be some stuff that they're going to want to clean up. And they'll get it cleaned up, but I think the cause for concern would be pass. And that may be why they didn't take a lot of shots downfield, because it takes time for those plays to develop, and you got to be able to protect.
And you wonder, too, like this game, FCS opponent, into next week, Jax State conference game, do you start to kind of hone in on your rotation and stuff a little bit more? Like, okay, so you have game tape.
Yep.
So now it's like maybe we played, and I don't know what the number was of offensive linemen they actually ended up playing in the game. I should have looked that up. But now maybe you go from, all right, we played 8 or 9, whatever. We're going to dial that in a little bit more, because now we've got it on tape. We can't, this isn't a kind of let's figure out what we have situation anymore.
What was
the
penalties situation? I know they're going into it that Jamie was concerned from practice and scrimmages.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't that bad,
I think we ended up. I think Casey Kane had a couple, and you had a punter,
Max Morgan.
Get a person.
I don't think Chadwell was inviting him to Thanksgiving dinner after that.
No, you can't.
On the sideline.
That was a 15-yard
penalty. You can't get penalties like that.
Hey, we're going to dive into some more numbers. We'll dive into Jax State and some of the injuries on the Flames from that first game in just a moment. But we're going to take a step away from the gridiron and onto the hardwood.
Speaking of legends.
Right.
Speaking of legends.
There's more than Matt Warner. There's a bigger one coming in.
Oh, yeah. Our interview here with Carey Green. Well, some bittersweet news that was dropped on us last week. Yeah. Head women's basketball coach Carey Green is retiring. The legend.
What a career.
I mean, Coach, this is going to be very difficult for me to get through without crying.
Oh, the goal is.
She's starting already. No. Don't look at her.
The goal is for both of you. I want. Our goals, we like both of them.
Yeah,
get them both crying.
This episode might be presented by Kleenex. We need to find some here in a moment, but. Congratulations on such a legendary career, and so happy for you. How difficult was this decision, and when did you make it?
Well, really, it's not difficult. It is difficult to walk away from relationships.
Yeah.
But, in life, we learn seasons. You don't put on your bathing suit and go out in the snow. And as you look at things, you just evaluate, and it was a season that all seasons come to end. The sun comes up, goes down every day. And so in Ecclesiastes, you're sort of taught, hey, there's seasons of life and, health issues and things like that. They all filter in. There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. Mm-hmm. And yet I know, hey, I'm much faster than a rocking chair. But, but it's time to, the end of my race or part of the race, I'm handing the baton to the next person, for them to take off with it.
Go ahead, cry.
Go
ahead.
Don't look at her, Coach.
Cry,
Hey, I want to know, you guys, obviously you have a great season. You win a conference championship. You go to the NCAA tournament. Did that make it easier in a way to say, after a season like that, it's easier to walk away than if it had been a struggle? You're like, I don't want to end on a year where we didn't play as well as we should have. Did it make it easier walking away after the success that you guys had?
I think so. Personally, I think so. It's not so much easier for me. I'm just looking, going, God, man, you blessed me. I know you can do better, but I'm not asking for more. I mean, wow. You win your conference championship. In it the year before, came back and win it with a determined group, really blessed, a team that was maturing with a lot of bench. So it was a loaded team, and won the championship, get into the NCAA, play a tough Kentucky at Kentucky. But, that was such a blessing. And then to have a 90-year-old mom sitting in the stands and 3 brothers and spouses there, and 2 of my 2 children there and their spouses, and 5 grandchildren. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
just checking in on me.
Yeah.
I'm holding on.
That's a good exit.
Yeah.
That's a good exit. And I'd finished the race, so to speak, and you sort of know it. You sort of know. People say, when you're done.
Yeah.
I didn't quite believe that at one time, but now I could see just how kind and loving God had been, and just give me a great ending, so to speak. And let me say this too: the university has been super supportive. It's an environment to be. I want my grandchildren. I want everybody here at Liberty.
Yeah.
They've been so supportive, and the athletic department has been very supportive. In fact, even I had the phone call come in, hey, Coach, you want a few more years, you name it. A contract was offered for the future, and just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I was very grateful. Ian McCall, the administration, was very good to me.
Well, you were very good to Liberty. Green spent 26 seasons as Liberty's head coach, racking up 31 conference titles, 15 regular season, 16 conference tournament titles. He coached the Lady Flames to 15 NCAA Division I women's basketball championship appearances, headlined by the Sweet 16 in 2005. Coach, when you hear a little bit about your resume, is there one memory that sticks out the most that's your favorite?
I can't, the big picture, I think I pull back because I've had so many great experiences. And the big one, I think, is Dr. James Dobson passed away about a couple of weeks ago. And we used to listen to him all the time. He was a basketball nut, Pistol Pete.
Yeah, he was there when he died, right? Yeah, when he had a heart attack, yeah.
And James Dobson was great in tennis. I don't know if you knew he was a state champion. And he went back to his high school to check his trophies in the trophy case. And they were gone. I think the janitor threw them out, and he went into the dumpster and pulled them out. And I just heard like a couple weeks ago, Jonathan Falwell went out there with President Dante, and they took a picture. Jonathan took a selfie with the trophy there. And he had expressed, and then just from a personal perspective, and in fact, he had a quote that life, you do life, and life will trash your trophies. So I've been just being blessed in the last week or so, just seeing God's creation, sunrises and things like that. So all these accomplishments and trophies will fade away. But he did say something, meaning Dr. Dobson, that the most critical decade in a person's life is 16. They're just starting to drive to 26. And I've been blessed that I'm dealing with that decade with young people and with young women. So there's a highlight, is that to see some life changes to...
I think it's a few more than some, Coach.
See some life changes, help build strong character, and help them reset or encourage or just set their sights or their focus on eternal values. Man, we've hit a home run then. And that to me, that's success. It's not created alone, but certainly I consider it successful. I've been on the job for 9,938 days, and I didn't get fired. Yeah. So that's success.
I can't say the same.
In my world,
I cannot say the same.
You're not in the FCA, right? The Fire Coaches Association. That's good.
Yeah. So I've been blessed.
You sure
with all that being said, Coach, what do you feel if when you look back on your legacy here, obviously people talk about that what are you most proud of from an impact standpoint that you've had for players maybe on the court, and then somebody that you had you saw their life change off the court? Do you have anybody that really comes to mind for improvement on the court and how you really impact, and then somebody comes into mind like, hey, this player really, you saw Liberty and God used you and your staff to change their lives?
Joe, I think I'd be a failure if everybody's talent wasn't refined and stepped up. Okay, so that's a tough one there. Maybe they were sleepy and I woke them up and it looks like they went from this level to that level, but they've already had that level. There are several that came and accepted Christ here. Ping, and the most recent one, about 3 years ago, accepted Christ. And she came to me and said, "Hey, Coach, will you baptize me?" Now, wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's one of those things you don't forget.
I'm off the rails.
And, we've lost her.
So,
so cool.
In that baptism we had, here's Aaron Hagan coming down, and Ian, and our practice guys are there, and the whole team. So it was a great celebration.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
I want to ask you, Coach, so you step aside, hand the program over. Alexis Sherrard's been with you for so long. Like, what is that feeling like? Is it like a proud moment for you to say, like, all right, this is it? Were you going to bat for him kind of during all of this, being like, I want this to be my guy? Like, how did that kind of develop, and how much pride or excitement do you have for Alexis now as he gets to take the reins?
Yeah. Well, it's not only Alexis. He's been my right-hand man, my associate head coach. Yeah. I've had Andy Bloodworth there for 18, 19 years, and then you moved to Katie. Yep. Can't miss Katie. Yeah. Played for me and has been here and wanted to come back, met her husband here, just growing up in this area. And Amber Lee, she has really come in and made a huge impact from social media, because you guys get to bump shoulders with her, but she's a fireball point guard, very intelligent. She's made a great impact. And Dan Lumpkin, I've known him longer than all of these coaches. We go back about 30 years. So I have a great staff that has been supportive, and it's like anything, if you have a son, you want your son to take over the business, and it was that simple. And yes, I expressed to our administration, I have a lot of faith in them. I think it was It's wise if you've trained them up to just push it or give them baton. And for me, I'm really excited for him because, again, I'm running the race and passing the baton. I hope I've got one step on the next guy because he can take it home when I hand the baton to Alexis. We're different, but I've had 18 years of influence on that guy. And, providing there's no injuries or anything, I know they're going to be really successful. And I think they'll go farther, faster.
As long as there's not a drop off in the rebounding, right?
Yeah. Are you going to call him up and
they don't know.
Like, whoa. Like, come on.
Well,
I didn't spend 26 years here harping on rebounding for us to turn, come on.
Well, I was trying to find Mickey Gritty. I've emailed him. We've got those plaques somewhere around here. That
we gotta dig those things up.
Well, we need to dig them up.
It's probably sitting with the Flames fantasy trophy right
lost
now.
that.
Yeah, we lost our Flames fantasy trophy.
Yeah. Well,
oh my gosh. Well, it's been so amazing to be a little part of your journey, Coach.
I do want to say, I did get a text from Coach. I hope you're okay with me sharing this. The morning or the day it was announced, some pictures from the lake, but he said, the fish aren't biting. Can I unretire? But I assume since then you've hooked a few. Is that fair to say? Or you've at least tried?
Let me say this. The reality, I lived a double life in front of everyone.
It finally comes out, huh?
Yeah.
Here it is. Now that you're retired,
Breaking news on the Flames Central podcast.
Yeah, we're breaking news.
Confessed poor fisherman
Oh, no, I don't believe that.
that has disguised himself as a coach for all these years and got by with it. Now, I'm fishing, but they're not biting.
Yeah, okay.
I bet
We'll work that out.
I bet you and Robert Goodman are about ready to become really good pals, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think
Robert
we've
loves
got
that fishing.
We've got even closer. We were pretty close.
Yeah.
And as you know, Robert and I look a little bit alike. He has been getting free meals and just laughing about it at restaurants and saying, the people say, hey, Coach Green.
Congratulations.
And say, let me buy your meal. And he goes, go ahead.
He's like, you remember that Sweet 16?
Yeah, bring me dessert.
Coach, when you think back to that first game, the first ever game you coached at Liberty, do you remember like your emotions or feelings from that first game? You don't?
No, I'm sure.
I love the honesty.
No,
I'm just curious.
26, that's a long time.
No, I would say maybe hopefully it's like it is now. I'm ready. Yeah. We're ready.
Yeah.
Now, it's like playing chess. Okay, you make a move, I'm gonna make a move. Okay, so hopefully we've prepared enough. Yeah. And no.
That's awesome.
It's just.
Well, I have to give a shout out to Paul Carmody. You had a great SID along the way.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think trophies, stats, nothing is going missing if Paul Carmody has anything to say about it, for sure.
No question. And when I say our administration, our staff, and you see the people that are dressed up and walk out on the court, that guy's behind the scenes. He's an MVP. Yeah.
Well, Coach, by the end, you didn't even have to dress up when you went out on the court. That had changed too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, that a lot changed in 2016.
No, I put a little clothes on.
Okay.
Now, come on.
I mean, Richie's out there in gym clothes.
Now, Coach, now that we let's get into the little bit of the weeds, this retirement thing.
Okay.
Are we talking turkeys? We talking deer, hunting?
Yeah, seasons.
Fishing?
Seasons.
Are we a river fisherman? Or are we a lake? Are we an ocean fisherman? These are things I can help with. I saw you at halftime at the ball game on Saturday, and we had a quick little conversation about like, hey, there's spots out there, Coach. I know you got your spots, but he's
not going to share those.
No. I'm trying to help him enjoy his retirement. I've got spots for Coach in the turkey world and deer hunting and wherever you want to go, Coach. So what's your forte? What do you see yourself really doing?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Don't miss a season.
I'm gonna lock in probably to.
Ooh, he's locked in.
Lake fishing. I've got my guide. There's Robert Goodman.
Got Goodman at Lake. Check mark.
Didn't we have a soccer? No. Hockey coach that is actually up on Smith Mountain.
Oh, yes.
Lane.
He's the goalies coach, the former NHL guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah. No, that's as far as I got, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, only because Smith Mountain is close. But, I've been tied down in the prime of the seasons with my season. So
deer season.
Deer.
There's some big bucks out there, Coach. There's some big bucks out there, Coach.
I want to do it all, but if you lock me down, you can only do one. I'm going to chase turkeys.
Ooh, okay.
That's just interactive, and it's very difficult.
I love that turkey.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a amazing career and your retirement.
Sure, we'll still see you around.
Yes, don't be a stranger. I can get you tickets to a few women's basketball games if I need to. Thank you so much for coming on, and look forward to seeing you around. Enjoy your retirement.
Well, thank you. I'm going to take you up on that, too.
Come on, bring it. We'll do it.
Thank you so much to work with you guys, too. You made it so easy and so gratifying and fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Such a great conversation with Coach Green. Sad that he's leaving, but no, he's made such an impact on this program and this staff. So I have no doubt that they'll just carry it.
And you always want to hand it off when it's in a good place.
Right.
When your program's in a healthy spot. And so to be able to do that now for Alexis Girard, I think that's really cool.
I think he's going to be just fine in
I'm excited for Alexis.
And I'm so, yes,
I'm excited for Alexis as well.
We will hear
Just
from
get
Alexis.
him on the Flame Central podcast.
That's true.
We do need to get him on the podcast. He has a press conference tomorrow, so that will be on Flame Central later this week. Be sure to check that out. Flame Central coming at you on Thursdays now, so be sure to tune into that, streaming on all Liberty Flames platforms, X, Facebook, and YouTube. While we're off the gridiron, I want to hit field hockey. Holy smokes.
Come back.
Come
Joe
back.
always appreciates when somebody beats Duke.
Yeah.
And Liberty Field Hockey. Number 5. Duke was number 5 in the country. Liberty comes from behind, down 3-0.
Poor little girls.
Came back and won.
Way to go, Flames.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Huge win.
And then first-year head coach Jeremy White led the volleyball team to a complete sweep at the Buffalo Invitational, beat Rutgers.
Right?
Yeah.
First ever Big Ten win.
First ever win over a Big Ten opponent, beating Rutgers. So how about that? You start your career like that, 3-0. Good for them. Especially, I feel like, Joe, when you're just taking over a program and you're preaching all the stuff and you're trying to and to go out and have success right away is so important.
Oh yeah, Coach White's like, hey, Jamie Chadwell, hold my whistle. You know, because you know what Jamie did the first year. He's gonna try to one up him. Come on, guys, get on with me.
I was like, I didn't know there was a rivalry.
No,
Do they not like each other?
No, they love each other. We don't want rumors on the mountain. Hey, so we got mailbag coming at you, fantasy and bold predictions. But first, I'm so excited about fantasy. I don't even know
what are you so excited about?
I don't know because I just hope I'm in the league.
It was a good first week.
I think it was a good first week, but I am a little nervous because Joe, I thought his team was going to be so bad.
Long season.
And I have a feeling it might be closer. And yes, it is a long season. Let's preview Jax State. I feel like, have we started conference play this early? I feel like there's usually 3 or 4 games before we get into a conference opponent.
It's early.
Do want to say Jax State did have its first game against UCF. That was
Thursday night.
That was on Thursday, August 28th. So they've had a little extra time to prepare for the Flames. Only lost to UCF 17-10.
It was tied. UCF scored with a minute left. To win that game. So it was right down to the wire.
And Jax State had the ball on UCF's side of the field with a couple minutes to go, and got stopped on a 4th down, which they really shouldn't have got stopped on. And so, they got a good football team. I watched that game. They got a good football team.
And their head coach, defensive-minded, right?
Charles Kelly, he actually was with Freeze at Auburn. He was the co-DC. The year before that, he was the DC for Dion at Colorado. He's a defensive-minded guy. Obviously, their defense played well in that game. Remember, we forget, they were the Conference USA champs last year. They dominated in that championship game. Rich Rod leaves the program, goes back to West Virginia. Their quarterback looks pretty good. His name's Gavin Wimsatt. He played last year at Kentucky, played in 8 games. Before that, he was at Rutgers for 3 years. He started 19 games at Rutgers.
He's experienced.
So talented kid, dual threat guy. And then running back Cam Cook, former 4-star who just transferred in. He led TCU in rushing last year. and he ran for 75 yards in the opener. Also good catching the ball out of the backfield. So they've got some weapons. They can run the ball. So that's one thing. If you're Liberty, you look at what happened in this last game. You end up giving up, getting gashed a couple of times on the ground. Well, Jax State's going to try you there.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to try to do that.
165 rushing yards against UCF.
Yeah, they're going to commit to that. And then the other thing that I took out of that game, if you're Liberty and you feel like we've got to run the ball to be successful, Jax State held UCF to 2.9 yards per carry.
Wow.
So they shut down the run game. Now, they did give up over 300 through the air, so we'll see if they're susceptible that way. But if that run defense is as good as it looked in their first ball game, that could be tough sledding for Liberty to generate a lot on the ground. We'll see.
Especially because Von Blue, not sure his status moving forward,
got injured in the second half.
Did get injured and did not return in that first game against Maine with some sort of foot injury. So, I mean, there is some depth in that room that we've seen with Evan Dickens and Caden Williams and Juju.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see. But
bottom line, you're going to have to play for Liberty better than you played Saturday. Yeah. I think everyone would agree with that.
I think you're going to have to show up more than one quarter.
And Liberty is a 5.5-point favorite, road favorite, which that number surprised me a little bit. That's what I saw this morning. Yeah. So take that for
another thing to take into note is the weather's been amazing here in Lynchburg. So I don't think that these guys have really played in much heat. I'm not sure the actual weather down there, but you have to think Jackson, Alabama, it's going to be pretty hot. It's a noon kick, which is 11 our time. But yeah, it's probably going to be pretty warm. Are you looking up the weather?
I'm looking up Saturday. 88 is the high.
Yeah, humidity. I'm sure.
Yeah,
they
have that down there.
Yeah. So that'll be a factor of keeping these guys hydrated and playing.
At kick, it's going to be 86 degrees.
Ouch. Yeah, that's
warm. A warm
one. Another note for injuries: Brylan Green had a hand injury that
he had a big old cast on there at the end of that game. Played with it. I'm curious, and Joe, you could probably speak to this. If you're a coach on the Jax State side, we know Brylan Green, so good. He had, 6 interceptions 2 seasons ago. Knowing that, guy's basically playing one-handed in the back end of that defense, do you take a few more chances his way, just knowing that at worst, he can knock the ball down, but you don't pay the ultimate price, and it can be hard to pick one off wearing a big club on your head.
Yeah, I think it's hard to agree. It's hard to pick one off, but I also think that Brylan is so athletic and he moves so well off the hash marks, and they play him a lot in their cover 2 shell. So I just don't see him specifically trying to do that just because out of the fear. Not only will Brylan pick it off, which is obviously hard with the cast on, but he'll strike you too. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to change much for them.
All right.
Okay, I'm trying to do my math right now because I want to make sure that my bold prediction.
You want me to give the update? Can I give the update from last week? Yeah. All right, let me pull the email from our buddy Jeff Snell. Sent the email to us on yesterday at around noon. So let me just run down what our predictions were. Joe took Liberty 44-10. He had Jamari Person, 6 catches, 2 TDs, 100-plus yards. Obviously,
none of that happened.
Emily had Liberty winning 41-13. Von Blue, 100 yards rushing, 2 TDs. That didn't happen. I took Liberty 31-13. I had 5 sacks, special teams TD. I think maybe we had 3
so
sacks.
Matt won. Matt's
I won.
so good
All
at
that
that.
to say I won.
Why is Matt so good at that? And then you know what? What's so interesting is Jeff's. Well, I guess he does the bold prediction before, so that would make. I'm like, why? Why does Matt always win these and he gets the emails from Snell's scoring system?
No, he's not.
The math is the math.
The math's the math.
So remember the way it is. Whoever wins gets 2 points. Whoever gets second gets 1. Third place 0. So I'm up 2-1. Emily got second. And Joe got third. So 2-1-0 is the way it worked out. So going on, bold predictions week 2 against Jax State.
Oh, this one's going to be tough.
This one is going to be tough.
It's going to be tougher.
Em, do you want to start it off?
No, I don't want to start.
You want to start, Joe?
I'll start it off. I'm going to go with 24-21 Flames. They won't cover the spread, but they're going to get the victory. And I'm going to go with Caden Williams, 75. That run defense is good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Caden Williams over 75 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
And 2 TDs.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, wow. I almost just made a really dumb.
Oh, you're
Oh,
fine.
boy.
No,
So you're
I'm going to
getting
go.
better.
No, I'll tell you about it. I'm going to go 24-21. Caden Williams with 4 touchdowns.
I hate you. Well, I almost just said, and 3 separate receivers are going to have a touchdown, but my thing.
Go.
My
Go,
score
Emily. You're
prediction
up.
Don't write that down because my
No,
score
no,
prediction
you're
won't
up,
match.
Emily.
No.
Okay, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Oh.
2017 Flames.
2017. Okay.
Okay, and then
Ethan Vasco throws through.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You could do
Missed
that.
extra point.
You
Yeah.
missed extra point.
That's true. Okay, and I think our defense will have 3 takeaways.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of takeaways. You have 3 takeaways. You got a chance.
Yeah,
to
you win.
Mm-hmm.
So I went 21-17 Liberty, so pretty close to that. My bold prediction is kind of specific. I'm going with the former Jacksonville State Gamecock, Jacob Jenkins, Liberty tight end, with the game-winning touchdown inside of the last 2 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
We're
what I
going
have. So
real
real
specific.
It's bold.
I-
It's a prediction.
I also
It's
went
bold.
bold prediction.
21 points because I just don't know if Jamie Chadwell will run a kicker back out there this year. I'm just not
I
sure.
know, that's
He had a great kicking competition battle. He was
know.
excited about that.
I know.
And then you run the guy for the first one, and
I know.
after a 19-play drive,
Yeah, whatever it was. 18,
whatever it was,
19
19 play
yeah.
drive.
So, but no, I went 21-17. So yeah, we'll see. We're all kind of basically in that same range. We think it's going to be tight.
Did you have a bold prediction song? Or is that?
Yeah, we forgot to
I
do it.
can't remember this.
Yeah, you got.
We got to record these things.
I mean,
I'm
I'm not even gone yet, and this thing.
You
is
want
already
mailbag
up.
or do you want Flames Fantasy first?
A mailbag?
Mailbag. All right, this is actually, I was reached out to over social media and have had a number of people follow up. And they said, please,
Yes.
Matt,
I've been
please
seeing this.
address Flames Nation.
yes.
Let people know. So here's what I'm hearing, and we're in the booth. We can't
I don't
really
really
always
hear
hear what's
this.
going on,
Yeah.
but I've gotten reports from people over the last couple of years on the field that have
Saw
said the
this
same
on the
thing.
We
Twitter
need to get
machine.
Annie on this.
We
the cheerleading
have,
squad.
as a fan base, there is protocol.
Yes.
We
kind of
can't-
embarrassing.
we
Loud when
can't-
you're on defense.
You're loud when you're on defense. Chanting when we're on defense. That's when we're loud. When Liberty is on offense,
Rattle the keys.
cut the chants. Quiet, no chants. In fact, I've been to NFL games where they'll put on the video board, quiet, offense at work. Like, I've seen that. Like,
There you go.
There you
What
go.
if they put that
Maybe
on
we
I
need to
need
put it
one
up
of those
there.
signs on my
but,
door.
But, yeah.
Quiet.
Emily at work. But no chanting when
We'll
we're on
never be
offense.
out.
Like, that's, love the enthusiasm, but when Liberty is on offense, quiet.
Yeah.
That's when you want your offense to be able to communicate well,
Yeah.
hear the calls. On defense, go nuts. But on offense, we got to dial it back.
Yeah.
Got to dial it back.
Wait, so but it's
good.
the cheerleaders that are starting.
Well, I don't know
those
who's
chants?
starting it. There's
Yeah,
some.
yeah,
Then I
yeah.
saw some cheerleading people
Hey,
being like, "That's
hey,
not us,"
hey,
and then
Matt,
other people. So
Matt,
I don't know. I'm
trust
not
your
pointing
buddy.
fingers.
Trust your
I'm not
buddy.
pointing
Be
fingers.
real careful.
I'm not pointing
The
fingers.
last people you want coming
I don't
at
want
you is
the
the
cheerleaders
cheerleading
coming at
squad. No,
I
sir.
am not pointing fingers.
Or the big girl player.
Or
Yeah.
the piccolo. The piccolo.
I
We
might
already in the
have-
doghouse.
I might already have an issue with the band.
You're already
I don't
in the
know.
doghouse with Larry
So,
Sight.
You're right. So just not pointing fingers here. Just let's just keep it quiet when we're on offense, right? There you go. You've got, 3 weeks until the
want you to
JMU
walk-
game to figure it out.
I want you to walk out of work today
Oh, boy.
and go to your car and have 4 slashed tires. And Larry Sipe slashed my tires.
Yeah.
Making, my piccolo player.
Yeah.
Yes, it's as simple as Flames Nation, please be quiet while Liberty is doing work
Yes.
on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, so next home game is actually
Flames
JMU.
Central at liberty.edu for mailbag. Anyone that wants to send questions in,
Yep.
you can win a beautiful mug just like this.
Yes, Flames Central at liberty.edu. Okay, let's wrap the show up with the Flames Fantasy League update.
Joe did good.
Oh, boy.
Joe did good.
So here's Joe's team. Joe was led by Reese Smith, 13.6 points. Also got 11.1 from
He
Dante
shouldn't have
Lee.
gotten that. He
So
shouldn't
Smith
have gotten
and
that
Lee
touchdown.
both touchdown
I mean,
grabs.
like you're cheering against a touchdown.
Yeah, what do you have? What are you doing here? Jamari Person also had over 5 points. Joe ends up his week 1 total 34.1
That's
points.
solid.
34.1. Joe, the reigning champ, 34.1.
Come out of the gate. Make it
Yeah.
happen, baby.
Emily was led by top scorer across the board. Remember, we don't do quarterbacks. The top scorer, CJ Bazell. Remember, he had sack, forced fumble, fumble recovery. Big day for CJ Bazell. He had 15.5 points
Let's
by
go,
himself.
CJ!
Now, Didn't get anything from your first overall pick, Von Blue.
Nope.
Casey Kane gave you 2.2. If he had kept that 1 foot in bounds on that catch,
I
that
know,
would have been good for you.
That's cute.
Amarian Williams gave you 12 points with his
that's
interception.
good.
He had a great
27,
game. Elijah
29.
Canyon, 3 points. So Emily is at 33.4.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's
less than a
so
point
annoying.
behind Joe. Now,
I think it took me 3 weeks to get 33 points last
that's
season,
true.
though.
That's
so
a good start.
I will take it.
You had a rough day.
not it wasn't great. So no one really broke out on Team Warner. Darius Copeland didn't. Did he play? I don't know. So that was a big 0 for me there.
Yeah.
Juju Gray 6.8 points.
Okay.
Joe Carter had not your typical
call
Joe Carter
Joe Carter
game.
a lot, name
He didn't
a lot.
end up with a lot in terms of just tackles. He didn't do a lot. 4 points for him. Aiden Vaughn 5 points.
Oh.
Caden Williams 5.2
Oh.
points. So I ended up with 21.
Okay,
So
that's better than I
Yeah,
thought.
right.
CJ almost got that for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay. So after week 1, we're all kind of it's right there. Long season.
It's at least
CJ's
it's not
got
a
to be the
blowout.
conference defensive player of the week, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
Yeah, I don't know who else
that
did
was,
it,
That gets
but
announced.
that was a pretty darn good game.
that
He
was a
is.
game-changing play.
And
That dude's a
remind me
stud,
his
yeah.
backup. He didn't
Oh, yeah,
seem
Brenton
like a
Williams.
backup.
He also had a sack.
Yeah.
So between those two guys,
Williams,
and
yeah.
you saw that, and CJ mentioned it
Yeah.
a couple of times in
Not much
past
drop-off.
past situations. You saw Brenton Williams and CJ on the field at the
both
same
there.
time. So then that pass rush, it gets
It's
really
real.
good. Yeah.
It's real. So I'm excited for them, and I'm excited that I'm still in this one after week 1 because last year it was pretty
Em, I
rough.
just want to say, if this is your last podcast for a while, it very well could be.
You know what?
We're just cherishing every moment we have with you at
Shut
this
up.
point.
Yeah,
Joe and I have talked about
we
that a
are.
lot.
I'm not going to get real emotional.
I know they're going to be
Just to save me
they're
get
going to
real
be just fine.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's not. Maybe one more
I think
next
she
week.
has,
but
You think she's got a couple more?
yeah, she's got 2.
Joe's,
two more in her?
Joe's trying to
She's
get
gonna
me.
go. She's
October?
Yeah.
No.
This baby's coming mid-October.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Basically, come on with a girl mustache.
It's a walkout.
You walk out. Hey, what ball game we gonna do today?
Oh, thanks so much for listening or watching to the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. We really appreciate your viewership.
yes.
And if it is my last podcast, don't worry, I'll still get in my bold predictions and my fantasy updates.
We've had a lot of messages, and I haven't shared them just because it slipped my mind, of people saying
My baby names because you're
no, but just how much they're wishing you well and praying for you. Jenny,
Of course,
our friend
Matt
Jenny
is-
sent one, said they are praying for a smooth
Why would he read this
delivery.
earlier?
I know because it's Matt Warner.
Why would-
I forgot
he's
about
not
that.
sensitive.
Yeah. So,
He's
not
so
sensitive.
all that to say, best of luck.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you
Yeah,
so
we're all
much.
pulling for you.
We'll keep you posted, and I'll send in a little baby cut photo whenever that
Have fun
day.
with Bill Belichick tonight,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tune in to the radio
Excited.
broadcast
Yeah.
for Joe tonight, and then we'll see you right back here next Monday for more Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia.
Go Flames!